Topic 5. Developing the Security Program. Part 3. Project Management. How can information security be both a process and a project? It is, in fact, a continuous series or chain of projects. Some aspects of information security are not project-based, rather they are managed processes, operations, and are ongoing. Projects are discrete sequences of activities with starting points and defined completion points. A project is different from a process in that it is a temporary activity that is used to create a specific product, service, or end result. W.R. Duncan's A Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge defines project management as the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to project activities to meet project requirements. Project management is accomplished through the use of processes such as initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. Project management involves the temporary assemblage of resources to complete a project. Some projects are iterative and occur regularly. Organizations that make project management skills a priority benefit in the following ways. Implementing a methodology ensures that no steps are missed. Creating a detailed blueprint of project activities provides a common reference tool and makes all project team members more productive by shortening the learning curve when getting projects underway. Identifying specific responsibilities for all the involved personnel reduces ambiguity and also reduces confusion. Clearly defining project constraints and minimum quality requirements increases the likelihood that the project will stay with them. Establishing performance measures and creating project milestones simplifies project monitoring. Identifying deviations in quality, time, or budget early on enables early correction of the problems. Successful project management relies on careful and realistic project planning coupled with aggressive, proactive control. Project success may be defined differently in each organization, but in general, a project is deemed a success when it is completed on time or early, it is completed at or below its budgeted amount, and it meets all specifications outlined in the approved project definition, and the deliverables are accepted by the end user and/or assigning entity. Regardless of the approach, the goal is the same: to have all elements of the information security program completed with quality deliverables on a timely basis and within budget. To apply project management to information security, you must first identify and establish project management methodology. While other approaches exist, the project management body of knowledge promoted by the Project Management Institute is considered the industry's best practice. PMBOK knowledge areas include communications, cost, human resources, integration, procurement, quality, risk, scope, stakeholders, and time. There are many tools that support the management of the diverse resources in complex projects. Most project managers combine software tools that implement one or more of the dominant modeling approaches. Projectitis occurs when the project manager spends more time documenting project tasks, collecting performance measurements, recording project task information, and updating project completion forecasts than accomplishing meaningful project work. A project plan can be created using a very simple planning tool such as the work breakdown structure. In the WBS approach, the project plan is first broken down into a few major tasks. Each of these major tasks is placed on the WBS task list. The minimum attributes that should be determined for each task are the work to be accomplished, in other words, activities and deliverables, the estimated amount of effort required for completion in hours or workdays, the common or specialty skills needed to perform the task, and task interdependencies. This slide shows an example of an early draft WBS. Once a project reaches even a relatively modest size, say a few dozen tasks, there can be almost innumerable possibilities for task assignment and scheduling. A number of approaches are available to assist the project manager in this sequencing effort. One method for sequencing tasks and subtasks in a project plan is known as network scheduling. Network refers to the web of possible pathways to project completion from the beginning task to the ending task. This slide illustrates a complex network dependency of a project. The most popular of networking dependency diagramming techniques, PERT, the Program Evaluation and Review Technique, was originally developed in the late 1950s to meet the needs of rapidly expanding government-driven engineering projects. About the same time, a similar project called the critical path method was being developed in industry. It is possible to take a very complex operation and diagram it in PERT if you can answer three key questions about each activity. First, how long will this activity take? Second, what activity occurs immediately before this activity can take place? And third, what activity occurs immediately after this activity? By identifying the path through the various activities, you can determine the critical path. As each possible path through the project is analyzed, the difference in time between the critical path and any other path, known as slack time, is an indication of how much time is available for starting a non-critical task without delaying the project as a whole. Should a delay be introduced, whether due to poor estimation of time, unexpected events, or the need to reassign resources to other paths, such as the critical path, the tasks with slack time are the logical candidates for delay. This slide is a very simple PERT diagram. Arrows represent activities and are labeled with the earliest start time and earliest finish time of the activity, and the activity duration in days, latest start time in days from start, latest finish time in days from start. The solid lines indicate activities on the critical path. There are several advantages to the PERT method. It makes planning large projects easier by facilitating the identification of pre- and post activities. It allows planning to determine the probability of meeting requirements. It anticipates the impact of changes on the system. It presents information in a straightforward format that both technical and non-technical managers can understand and refer to in planning discussions, and it requires no formal training. Some disadvantages of the PERT method include that diagrams can become awkward and cumbersome, especially in very large projects. Diagrams can become expensive to develop and maintain due to the complexities of some project development processes. And it can be difficult to place an accurate time to complete on some tasks, especially in the initial construction of a project. Inaccurate estimates invalidate any close critical path calculations. Another popular project management tool is the bar or Gantt chart, named for Henry Gantt, who developed this method in the early 1900s. Like network diagrams, Gantt charts are easy to read and understand, and thus easy to present to management. These simple bar charts are even easier to design and implement than PERT diagrams, and yield much of the same information. The Gantt chart lists activities on the vertical axis of a bar chart and provides a simple timeline on the horizontal axis. This slide illustrates a simple Gantt chart. One can use a spreadsheet program to create one. Another popular project tool is Microsoft Project. If you're considering using an automated project management tool, keep the following in mind. A software program cannot take the place of a skilled and experienced project manager who understands how to define tasks, allocate scarce resources, and manage the resources that are assigned. A software tool can get in the way of actually accomplishing work, so choose a tool that you can use effectively.